Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. It's a pleasure to be before you again. We had some things that happened in the bond market as we discussed on our last video. The bond yields were spiking and there was a lot of concern causing the market to go down. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to talk about a stock that I am holding. I'm going to talk about a stock that I'm going to be buying. And we're just going to dive into that, okay? All right, and if you haven't already, my name is Larry Jones. How you doing? Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. And we want to see what's going on. Let's go right down here. All right, so this is what happened this morning. U.S. Treasury Department announced it would at least double its long-term bond buyback operations from $2 billion to $4 billion per operation, targeting 10-year to 30-year debt, okay? So this intervention injected demand into the bond market, causing bond prices to rise and yields to drop sharply from the multi-year highs, which eased pressure on equities and lifted stock. So that's what happened this morning in the pre-markets before opening bell. As a matter of fact, let me find that video and play it for you right now so you could hear it for yourself, okay?
Got some breaking market news for you. The Treasury Department is doubling the size of liquidity support buyback operations that are being used for longer dated nominal coupon securities. This impacts everything from the 10-year to 20-year sector and the 20-year to 30-year sector, so anything from 10 to 30 years on this. You can see that as a result, bond prices are rallying and yields have continued to drop. The 10-year right now is sitting at 6.49%. Just to give a little additional perspective on this, this is a process that was reintroduced for the first time in 2024 after not being used for a couple of decades before that. Back in 2025, about a year ago in July, the Treasury Department actually doubled the size at that point, the frequency of liquidity and how often they'd be doing it. They said at that point a year ago that they'd be going from 2 to 4 operations a quarter. They, again, were targeting the long end from 10 years to 30-year maturities. At that point, every operation retained a $2 billion cap. This is now doubling that cap. They're now saying that they're going to be going from the current size of $2 billion per operation to $4 billion per operation. And it is having an instantaneous and pretty severe impact on some of those yields. You can see if you're just looking at this news when it came out about 10 minutes ago or so, you did see a pretty steep drop in Treasury yield. So going from the 10-year to the 30-year, it'd be interesting to take a look at the 30-year if we can do that on a tick by tick as well. But this has been one of the great frustrations, not just of this administration. This was a facility that was brought back in the summer of 2024. But one of the great frustrations is not having access or the ability to bring down yields on the longer end of the curve. If you're looking at the 10-year, you're looking at the 30-year here. We've been talking about how the 30-year had been approaching what was nearly a 20-year high just in the last couple of trading sessions. Something like this brings down that 30-year. You can see the impact it's having on equities as well.
We have a lot going on, of course, still negative with the geopolitical situation. It's actually getting worse and not better. SpaceX, let's talk about SpaceX. SpaceX is one of the stock that I'm going to be buying. I will tell you, me personally, I'm not telling you what to do. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell, but I'm being patient. Every time it reaches here, like 150-ish, I think that it has downward pressure. It's meeting resistance here at 150. What used to be support is now being resistance, okay? And I do believe that we will see $106, $105 SpaceX sometime next year. Actually, I believe we will see that by December, if you ask me. And I believe that all of these unlocks that are still to come, I'm not going to bore you with, giving you all of the unlocks, but it's a lot, and it's a lot of shares that's going to get dumped onto the market. The evaluation is crazy, but remember what happened to Tesla, like I said before you go and run and try to short it. Don't get ahead of yourself. SpaceX has a superpower, and it's just been killing shorts, just been wiping the shorts out, and somebody and something keeps holding it up. So don't get ahead of yourself. And if you're gonna do, you might wanna look at December or later for an expiration date, okay? All right, that's on you. All right, here's one of the ones that I am looking at, HIMS. I do believe that HIMS will get back up to 60-ish dollars. I do believe that HIMS will double from here. I'm long on HIMS. I am very long on HIMS. I don't care how many years it takes. I'm still positive on my HIMS that I have. Me and the money movers, we bought it, and some bought it early, some bought it late, and I'm just holding, and I'm still green with it, and I'm cool with it. HIMS actually had a 13.5% pump today. Now be careful with HIMS. HIMS have these pumps and then dumps. It pumps and then dumps. And people freak out on the dumps. I don't. I just see more opportunity on the dumps. So we can see here that HIMS had a huge dump. I mean, HIMS fell from 64 all the way down to around 14-ish. Then we had a big gap up, okay? We keep having this good news on HIMS with all of the products that they're doing, but it literally have just been slowly stair-stepping its way back up. I do believe that at some point, HIMS will get in the $60 range, and I'm just going to be patient with it. You know, usually I don't get into pharmaceuticals. I know this is not quote unquote a pharmaceutical company, but they work kind of hand in hand. And you know how it is with these pharmaceutical companies. They can have one good product and they take off, and one bad product or one bad taste or test, and then they dump, right? I believe in this format of HIMS long term. I've talked about it here before, and I'm just going to see if it cools down. If not, I'm holding what I have because I'm still green. I like these double-digit days where they go up, but if they should fall and fall by more than I think, I'm gonna come right here because this is one of the ones I've been sharing with you, and I'm simply going to buy more, right? So now, I don't even have time to post all of the wins we had this morning. We were killing it this morning. People were posting all of their wins as we traded live with Money Moves. Come and join us and learn a new skill and make some new fresh money. Earn and learn, okay? I'm gonna leave it right there. Sorry, it's kind of scattered today. I'm just, not at my normal desk, trying to get used to things as we keep it moving. And I will see you, hopefully and prayerfully, by tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn. Make sure you check out those links below. Right? See ya.